Imagine a world where losing weight, combating heart disease, and tackling diabetes no longer require needles or complicated routines. Picture taking just one daily pill, no injections, no clinics, just a simple tablet. Now imagine this breakthrough is not the fruit of decades of slow research, but the result of artificial intelligence rapidly scanning billions of molecules to find the perfect match. This is not a distant dream. It is the bold, high-stakes reality at Novo Nordisk, the Danish pharmaceutical giant leading a $150 billion global race to transform metabolic health. But as Novo Nordisk dives into uncharted territory, its CEO seat is empty, activist investors are pressing for change, and rivals are closing in. Is this leap into AI-powered drug discovery a masterstroke or a dangerous gamble? Let's rewind. For decades, obesity was dismissed as a personal failing, but growing scientific evidence revealed links between excess weight and chronic illnesses like heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. The world began to recognize obesity as a complex disease with immense social and economic costs. The World Health Organization estimates that hundreds of millions worldwide face obesity, costing health systems hundreds of billions each year and shortening millions of lives. Traditional treatments, diet, exercise, counseling, surgery, helped only a minority. Then came a game changer, GLP-1 receptor agonists, like Ozempic and Wegovy, both from Novo Nordisk. These injectables target a key hormone, making people feel fuller and reducing appetite. Suddenly, patients who struggled for years saw tangible weight loss. Novo Nordisk's sales soared, crossing $42 billion in 2024, with obesity care revenue jumping by 75%. Demand exploded, especially among adolescents, with prescriptions tripling in just 1 year. Yet success created new problems. Patients faced long waits as supply chains buckled. Many quit due to side effects, nausea, fatigue, gastric issues, or simply disliked injections. Meanwhile, rivals surged ahead. American competitor Eli Lilly launched Zepbound, showing over 20% weight loss in trials, outpacing Wegovy's nearly 15%. Roche, Amgen, and agile biotech startups are racing to claim their share as global obesity rates climb. Faced with fierce competition, Novo Nordisk knows standing still is not an option. They have partnered with Deep Apple Therapeutics, a cutting-edge American startup founded in 2022 and backed by over $50 million in funding. Deep Apple's ambitious goal: use artificial intelligence, machine learning, and advanced imaging like cryo-electron microscopy to uncover new, previously untreatable drug targets, especially the elusive G-protein-coupled receptors, or GPCRs. These GPCRs are central to countless bodily functions and could unlock revolutionary therapies. Why is Novo Nordisk making such a bold move now? The answer is as much about leadership as it is about science. In May, the company's longtime CEO stepped down, leaving a leadership gap. Activist hedge fund Parvis Asset Management, with over $500 million invested, is pushing for new leadership with deep experience in the crucial United States market. With stock price swings and boardroom rumors, the Deep Apple deal sends a clear message. Novo Nordisk intends to lead the next era of metabolic medicine, not follow. The partnership is massive. Novo Nordisk has committed up to $812 million to Deep Apple, structured as upfront payments, research funding, milestone bonuses, and potential royalties. This is not play money. It is a carefully designed deal to keep both sides motivated from discovery through commercialization. If Deep Apple's AI-driven approach succeeds, Novo Nordisk could leap ahead of the injection era, launching the world's first truly effective oral weight loss drug and setting a new standard for heart health therapies. As Dr. Fatima Cody Stanford of Massachusetts General Hospital notes, oral medications will improve access, addressing disparities in obesity care, especially in underserved communities. But this is a high-risk bet. Developing oral drugs for complex diseases like obesity and heart failure is one of medicine's toughest challenges. Pills must withstand the gut's harsh environment, reach target tissues, and work powerfully without dangerous side effects. The precise biological target remains secret, but insiders suggest Deep Apple's AI is zeroing in on a unique, non-incretin GPCR, a tailor-made opportunity for their platform. The scientific risk is huge. Many promising drugs never make it through clinical trials. If these AI-designed molecules prove safe and effective, the payoff could be massive: better patient adherence, fewer shortages, and lower costs as competition grows. But if they fail, Novo Nordisk's image as an innovator could suffer, and doubts about its strategy would deepen. Meanwhile, the competition is accelerating. Eli Lilly's Zepbound has set a new benchmark with weight loss above 20%. Roche's acquisition of Carmot Therapeutics shows Big Pharma is willing to spend billions to gain a foothold in the GLP-1 market. Amgen is pushing to differentiate its own obesity drugs, with analysts warning that only truly novel treatments or delivery methods will stand out. Even Regeneron's data adds complexity, indicating that a significant part of weight loss from drugs like semaglutide may come from losing lean muscle, an issue future therapies must address. Novo Nordisk is not betting everything on one approach. Alongside Deep Apple, they are running ambitious clinical trials for CagriSema, a next-generation therapy now in Phase 3. Early results are impressive. After 68 weeks, patients lost nearly 23% of their weight. To meet rising demand, Novo Nordisk is investing over $6 billion in new manufacturing plants, set to open by 2029. Semaglutide supply, the active ingredient in Ozempic and Wegovy, is projected to increase by 50% in 2025, aiming to ease recent shortages. But Novo Nordisk's challenges are not just scientific. Drug pricing reforms loom large around the world. Governments in the United States, Europe, and Asia are scrutinizing the high cost of weight loss therapies, debating value-based pricing that links payment to real-world results. As Professor Rachel Sachs of Washington University cautions, drug pricing reforms could significantly impact the profitability of weight loss drugs, affecting future innovation and access. For Novo Nordisk, passing clinical trials is just half the battle. They must also convince regulators and insurers that their new therapies deliver real value, especially as calls to expand access and control costs grow. So, what does the future hold for Novo Nordisk and for millions hoping for safer, more effective treatments? Let's look at a few scenarios. First, if Deep Apple's AI-driven approach succeeds, Novo Nordisk could launch a first-of-its-kind oral therapy delivering major weight loss and heart benefits with minimal side effects. Patients frustrated by injections and supply issues could finally have a convenient option. With broader adoption, Novo Nordisk could defend and expand its market, reaching more patients and encouraging governments and insurers to provide wider coverage. Second, the AI-generated molecules might show early promise but falter in large clinical trials, as has happened to many new drugs. The biological complexity of obesity may prove harder to solve than algorithms predict, and regulatory hurdles could slow progress. In this case, Novo Nordisk risks losing its innovation lead just as competitors catch up, and pressure for a strategic overhaul would mount. There's also a third path. Even if Deep Apple's oral therapies achieve only partial success, the speed of AI-driven discovery could set a new industry standard. Other pharma companies would rush to adopt similar platforms, accelerating the move toward personalized medicine. Treatments could be tailored to individual genetics and lifestyles, increasing patient choice and potentially lowering prices. The market could shift from blockbuster injections to a diverse portfolio of pills, patches, and even digital therapeutics. The actual outcome will likely be a mix of these scenarios. For Novo Nordisk, the Deep Apple partnership is as much about cultural transformation as technology. The company is hedging its bets, diversifying beyond incretin-based drugs, and signaling readiness for the next innovation wave. As Kasim Kutai, CEO of Novo Holdings, recently said, "Our returns reflect Novo Nordisk's robust performance and strategic investments, underscoring the long-term potential of this market." So, what does all this mean for you, as a patient, healthcare professional, investor, or curious observer? First, it is a reminder that artificial intelligence is reshaping healthcare right now. It is changing how drugs are designed, clinical trials are run, and outcomes are measured. For patients, this could mean faster access to safer, more effective, and more convenient medicines. For investors, it is a call to watch companies willing to take bold bets on the future. Second, Novo Nordisk's story is a lesson in risk management and agility. The company is not resting on its blockbuster GLP-1 franchise. It is investing in new technologies, expanding manufacturing, and partnering with top biotech innovators. The message for any business: in a rapidly changing world, winners are those who diversify, adapt, and reinvent before they are forced to. Third, there is a wider societal benefit at stake. As more players enter the field and governments push for value-based pricing and broader access, the era of monopolies and limited patient choice may be ending. The rise of oral therapies, AI-powered discovery, and new regulations could bring greater affordability, equity, and innovation if the industry can deliver. Will Novo Nordisk's high-tech gamble succeed? The answer remains uncertain, but the odds look better than many think. The Deep Apple deal is not a reckless leap. It is a carefully structured agreement rewarding breakthroughs and sustained progress. Novo Nordisk is not betting everything on one molecule, but on artificial intelligence's power to reshape the entire field of metabolic disease therapy. According to insiders, Deep Apple's secret weapon is its ability to find GPCR targets with unique binding sites, opening doors to drugs that work in ways never seen before for obesity or heart disease. If this works, Novo Nordisk could set a new gold standard, forcing competitors to keep pace. With the search for the new CEO underway and the first AI-designed pills moving toward human trials, all eyes are on Novo Nordisk. Can it reinvent itself for the digital biology era, or will it be overtaken in what may be the most consequential pharmaceutical race of the decade? For more insights into the changing world of medicine, artificial intelligence, and the global economy, subscribe and turn on notifications. If this story made you think about the future of healthcare, leave a comment below. How do you see artificial intelligence changing medicine in the next 5 years? Here is a secret. The next blockbuster obesity drug may not come from a traditional lab, but from an algorithm running on a supercomputer right now.